Well, welcome back to Shane's Main Shop. That's right, been around my channel for a while. I replaced one of these several years ago, and this is the guide that goes back and forth. And one on that door broke a few years ago, several years ago now, and this one broke this past winter. So what happens is the shaft up there, you see, rides right inside here. And this is just plastic, so it's riding on this here, on the other underside of this, and it's slowly wearing it out over years. Now this one here has been in 22 years, and it just broke this past winter. And what happened was the door itself was froze to the ground. I pushed the button, didn't know it was frozen. We keep it shoveled, but it doesn't take much to freeze them down. Pushed the door button, it didn't open right away, and this must have been weak enough up there that it actually pulled through. And I'll show you that when I get up there. So we're going to go ahead and put this new one on. Now I did a video on this way back, but that was my channel, it was many years ago. Hopefully this video will be a little bit better. And I noticed there was some background noise in the other video, so hopefully we'll eliminate that as well. So let me just show you where this goes and what we need to do to replace it. And you can see the top of it here is pretty thin, and I mean, obviously it's broken, but it's a lot thinner than the new one. So to replace this, you got to pull this pin here to take the shaft off. Then you have to pull this pulley out, so you have to pull this pin and this pin so you can slide the new one on the end here, and you then put this stuff back, and then we can assemble it. So I know I'm a ways away, but I kind of showed you close up what had to happen, so I'm just going to go ahead and try and do that. So what I got is a screw here, and that is a fairly soft metal, this piece right here. Hopefully you can see this. And basically I'm going to put this through the cable and then onto this, and I will put a washer on this as well so the cable can't slip over the head of this small screw. And then we'll go ahead and screw this down in here, and I'll probably even cut off the excess. If I'd have known that was broke or missing, I probably would have ordered one. So what we have here is just a small washer on the head of this, and that'll stop that cable from popping off this. So this is where sometimes it's easier to have a second person. Again, keep in mind you don't want to have your chain twisted. And this notch in this, I don't know if you can see it, I'll try to zoom in. This notch has to be facing up because that's what locks into this. Actually, I'm sure, sorry, it has to be facing down because that's what locks into this piece here. Alright, so we got to run this shaft, this cable through this here. This is the hardest part of the whole job right here. And it's not that hard, it's just trying to hold three things with two hands. That's the problem. What I got to do now is make sure I'm definitely not tangled. So the other thing you have to do is, if you see the piece that let me just take the camera up here so I can show you a couple things that you got to watch for. So you see this is the piece I was connecting here, and I put the screw in to hold the cable with the washer. But right now you can see the garage door is stopped. I'm not sure if it's in the down position or the up position because when it broke the chain all came popping off. So right now of course the door is in the down position, so I got to get the door opener in the down position and then line this up, this piece here, because this notch right here it stays locked into this device that we just replaced. So I'm going to go ahead and push the door opener and get it into the right position, and then we'll go from there. Now you want to be careful because that thing, I have everything loose right now because basically I got to line it up on that sprocket when it's all said and done. So I'm probably going to have to, I just want to see which way it's going to go. Alright, so it's going to go down. Alright, that's up. I'm afraid it's going to go too far, so I'm going to have to stop it. Yeah, it's going to go too far. So I'm going to bring it all the way back to the down position, tighten up the cable, and then we'll make adjustments to the chain on the sprocket. I'm sorry, we're going to adjust the sprocket chain first, then we'll tighten the cable. kind of have to tinker with it. So the opener assumes right now it's in the down position, and that's where it stopped. And we need that piece to be stopped inside that with the door in this position. So we're going to make some adjustments to this to get that to work. And basically what I'm going to do, and I'll take you up there so you can see, is I have to adjust the chain on the sprocket here. So I'm going to have to take it off of this and move it quite a bit so it brings this side forward more, so it's in the inside that bracket so it locks in. So that's what we're going to do here. I'm not sure, there's not enough room here for me to hold the camera and do all that, but basically what I'm going to do is grab both sides of the chain here, pull back on it so it loosens up some slack here, and use my other hand to take this off the sprocket and move some of the slack onto the correct side. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll have to put the camera down because I need both my hands. Alright, like I said, I couldn't show you all that because I needed both my hands, but what I did is, I don't know if you can see with the bright light, I have that piece locked into the replacement part we put in. So the garage door is down, and it is now currently locked in with that, that piece is locked in, so you know, it's where it belongs. And I have it around the sprocket roughly in the right spot, but you can see there's slack on both sides. However, what I want it to do is have a little bit of down pressure, so when I tighten up the tensioner, which is on the other side, it's going to be pulling on this, and you can see this cable going up. And what that's doing is actually pulling that door a little bit tighter down to the floor. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and tighten this thing up now, and it's just a matter of screwing this thing on like this until you get all the slack out of the system. So that's going to take me a minute here. I'll go ahead and do that and show you. Alright, so I have that piece tightened up, and you can see now how much further that threaded shaft is in there instead of being all the way backed out. And you can also see there's very little slack in the chain. Now you don't want this like piano string tight. You just want it snugged up because you're never going to get it. If you put it too tight, you're just putting a lot of extra pressure on your gears back here in the opener. So we're going to go ahead and get down here and hopefully turn it on and see it go up and down properly. And then we just got to put the rope back on that thing there. And there, you know, we can make some minor adjustments if need be. But let's just see if this is going to do it. Alright, I'm going to hit the button here and see what happens. The door is going up nicely. Hopefully that stops where it's supposed to stop. I'm always nervous. I don't want to jam into this unit. And just stops just in time. You can see how close it is there. But our door is all the way up. Now let's go ahead and put it down. Okay, so we gotta adjust it a little bit more so it goes down a little bit tighter. You can see the door stopped, and there was a little bit of play in the shaft. So we're just gonna make a little bit of adjustments. We'll be done with this project. Alright, so I'm not sure I got interrupted, but I made some final adjustments on this door. Let's go ahead and close it one more time. That's better. So now the door is much snugger to the floor. Now granted, I got some wires coming through here, but yeah, so I'm pulling up on it. It doesn't go up, so she's pushed down just a little bit of pressure so it is in the position it needs to be. And you can see I put the rope back on, so we have the quick release. So if we have to open the door in a hurry, we can just yank that rope and do that. So hopefully you found this video a little helpful, maybe a little better than my one I did a few years ago. Here's the part that came off that's worn out inside there. I don't know if you can see that or not. And of course it's broken here too. But that's all there is to it. Now this is a Stanley Quiet Glide garage door opener. It's now about 22 years old, and this one just broke after all that time. And if I hadn't have caught on the ice, it would have lasted probably another year, but it certainly has shown some wear, and it was going to break eventually. But you know, 22 years, and this part was like, I don't know, $15 or something maybe. Not that big a deal. Other than that, I've had no trouble with these door openers whatsoever. So thanks for swinging by Shane's Main Shop. Please like, subscribe, comment. Make sure you share the video. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.